Hey, it's Samantha here, and welcome to our summer 2022 Alaska recap, where I go over all the fun things that we did where we did not have enough footage to turn into individual vlogs. We got to Alaska at the end of June. We did the whole road trip from Virginia to Alaska, and we have a couple travel vlogs about that, so if you want to check those out, go ahead. My parents helped us unpack the moving truck, and then we went on a fun trip to Denali National Park. We drove around as far as the road allowed us to, and we saw some moose, and we actually got a glimpse of the mountain on the second day, which was really fun because apparently only 30% of people actually see it when they come to the park, because it has to be a really clear day to be able to see it. We went on an easy hike around Horseshoe Lake, and then we got to see a sled dog demo. They actually have a whole kennel of sled dogs, and they use them throughout the winter to do various things in the park. While my parents were still here, we celebrated the 4th of July by going to the Glacier View car launch. Now in Alaska, it does not get dark enough for fireworks. Where we were, it was still plenty bright by midnight. So this is what they do instead. They launch cars off a cliff. It was very interesting, but it was very fun to see the tradition. Another thing we did with my parents is we drove down to Whittier and we did the 26 glacier cruise. And it's exactly how it sounds. We saw tons of glaciers and we actually saw a ton of wildlife, lots of otters and seals too. It was kind of rainy the day that we went, but we had a nice table inside near a window, so it was really fun and we could see a lot of things. After my parents went back home, we settled into our house a little bit more and we did some hikes around the area. One hike we have a vlog about, so if you're interested in that, go check that out. And unfortunately, the rest of the summer was just very, very rainy, so it kind of made it hard for us to do all the things we wanted to do. But Gray's parents and sister visited us in August, and they definitely made the most of their time here. We have a whole separate vlog up about our iceberg kayaking trip. The next day, we took a float plane trip near Lake Clark National Park, and we got to see some bears. We don't have a separate vlog about this, so I'm going to tell you all about it here. So first we got in the float plane, which was really, really cool. Gray had always wanted to go in a float plane. We used to actually go to the airport and watch them land. The float plane was just big enough to hold our family, so it was really cool to fly above Alaska and see all the sights. We actually got to see some beluga whales that were popping up out of the water, so that was really cool because that was the first time I had ever seen a beluga whale. The plane flight kind of made me sick. I don't know if it was the pregnancy or if I was just motion sick, but I definitely felt a little loopy when we got off the plane. I had to hold on to Gray. I felt like I was gonna fall over a little bit. Then after we landed, we boarded a boat to go see the bears. Now I know this footage might be alarming to some of you. It definitely would have scared me if I had seen it without knowing what I know now. We were very, very close to the bears. What you have to know is that these are brown bears, and they are different from grizzly bears. They actually are technically the same species, but the difference is brown bears live really close to the water and have plenty of access to salmon. They're generally way less aggressive than grizzly bears, so it is totally safe to observe them from a safe distance. And there were tons of fishermen even closer to the bears than us. You just think that it wouldn't go well when a fisherman is going after a salmon and so is a bear, but apparently these bears just have so much access to salmon that they sometimes aren't even hungry. They just kill them for fun because they're bored. These were some young bears, about a year old or so they can get a lot bigger than this. But they were just so cute, playing in the water. Our guide told us that they actually really hate to get their ears wet, so I thought that was really cute that they always tried to keep their ears out of the water. Since they're not even hungry, they're not even interested in people, they're not angry at all. Grizzly bears, on the other hand, have to hunt for food, and they're way stronger because they have to dig and use all of their muscles. And so it is much more scary when you come across a grizzly bear. Speaking of coming across a grizzly bear, the next day we went on a Denali bus tour, so we actually got to go farther into the park than we did the last time because only those buses can go certain distances in the park. So we got to see a ton of wildlife again, including grizzly bears. Now this time when we saw the bear, our guide was silent. He told everybody on the bus to be quiet. He didn't want any attention drawn to us. It was a completely different vibe than the day before when we saw these cute bears playing with salmon and we were just talking and taking pictures of them, and there were fishermen just hanging out by them. This was a completely different vibe. Basically, we had to make sure that the bear didn't come attack us, but it was really fun to see them and they didn't come attack us. We saw multiple of them. I think we saw 3 actually. And then we also saw some moose, some Dall sheep, and some caribou, and some other pretty sights all along the way. And one other activity that we did multiple times throughout the summer was blueberry picking. The reason we did this so many times was because it is free actually, as long as you're not doing it on private property. You're allowed to pick blueberries in Alaska. And we wanted to make blueberry jam, so we made a ton of blueberry jam and we actually gave it away as Christmas gifts to both sides of our family. And I think that is all. Other than a few fun hikes here and there, that is it for our summer 2022 Alaska recap. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm so sorry it's taking me so long to get this footage out there, but I definitely wanted to share it because, wow, it was such a fun time. It was such a great place to be and to spend the summer. If you're interested in more things Alaska, check out our channel and subscribe because I'm going to be making more videos about fall and winter in Alaska. Thanks so much for watching, and that's all. Bye!